Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to another edition of CAV HQ Live. Your host, CAVBOSS, where we work on CAV stuff, discuss CAV, answer CAV questions, whatever we need to do to make you happy. So I am finishing up the building from last week. I did a good job of getting it finished. My life. So give everybody a little time to get in, but hopefully everybody is having a good Wednesday evening. Left me blue on. Normally you breathe on the dark thing and it moves. You want it to move and it won't. Gotta love it. Do do do. Everywhere. Okay. All right. Window here. Being quiet tonight. Being late one. You're giving me an excuse to get this done. Because this was supposed to be the photography one. Get it up on the website. And if it's not done, pictures is not good. One more big one. Well, we'll go ahead. We're going to get this thing finished up tonight. And anybody shows up, great. If nobody shows up by the time I'm done, I must be busy tonight. flip that over on its other side. We'll let it dry for a little bit. We'll work on the end. There. Nothing that cleaned up. Our windows right here. Be bashful. Question or have something you want me to discuss. Speak up. Hello, Chandler. How are you tonight? I am good. I'm trying to get my building finished up that I didn't get done. And these pieces here. Little cut off titties off of them. So many windows. Well, you know, and this was the leftover from last week. I meant to come up here and get it done because this is I didn't want a painted one for our product shots. But I just haven't had time to get up here and finish it. For one reason or another. They're all productive reasons, but got pushed to the bottom. Even though it goes sometimes. For some reason, my camera do that. That'll give us a little better field of view, and I don't have stretching so far out. But it's all good. All good. Well, I like to be, you know, so you can actually see what I'm doing, but I guess it does appear bigger on your. Well, that didn't really help. Like so. But yeah, apartment building, office building, whichever one you want it to be. I'm kind of set mine up more like an office building. All right. Yeah, it was supposed to be up on the store Monday, and but because I didn't get it done, I didn't have the photography shots done for it. I have no pictures. So I got to get it done. I got enough. Try to get it. What are those resin buildings in front? Those are not resin buildings. Those are this same building, just already primered. Got this, the primered one that I was going to start painting on. Dick. Glue is not gluing tonight. Putting enough on, I guess. All right, I think that got a little more glue on it. So what projects have you been working on, Chandler? Get more glue on there. Mm-hmm. Trouble getting thing to stick to. Oh yeah, they're going together okay for you? The ghost ship is painted. Ha ha. Oh, I'm going backwards. Up. Pay better attention. I see. Isn't Brandon always working on a Malvernus for us? Hello, Tiger Wraith. So here's an interesting thing that I was thinking about the other day. I think I thought of it as I was watching James paint Monday night. So Zenithal shading, the big thing right now, which, you know, spray painted all black, whatever. And then go in and hit it with some white, gray, whatever you want to use on the highlights. He's more focused on his new truck. Yeah, they tend to be that way. I'm in the process of finding one for my youngest boy that got ran into over school. So I've got it, and they totaled out his vehicle. I got to start finding him something new to drive. We just finally got settled up with him. Okay, so I'm watching him do the whole Zenithal, or however you want to pronounce it, deal. And I agree that that is a really good technique, especially for larger scale miniatures. I don't know how well it shows up on the scale of the stuff that we're doing. So my thought process on this is, what would happen if you, and I'm gonna do one so I can see how it's in my head, is you go ahead and spray paint it black or dark gray, whatever, you know, whatever your base primer is going to be. And then instead of spraying the white on there, is, you know, from the top or whatever, is just going in and dry brushing with white right over the black all around. Because one of the things too that I think gets lost, and this is what I was talking about, where I think it looks bigger in bigger miniatures, is, you know, if you, especially if you spray it from one angle or whatever, and you want to leave the bottom dark or whatnot, at this scale, I don't think it looks that good with everything being so dark on the bottom. So my thought process is to dry brush the entire model with white, let it dry, and then come back in and spray your base color, you know, whatever you're going to paint it purple or. So I'm going to try that. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's probably does it that way and has talked about it and got a video or whatever. But I think that doing it that way may work better for the smaller scale stuff. And it won't be as dark on the bottom, but I think small models don't need to be too, in my opinion, because it just kind of gets lost in this scale. Who's the guy that painted the CAV? That's Captain Smith, Ed Smith. Yeah, I could see that. Especially with the gray, that kind of is your midtones, right? So black will be your dark, grays your midtones, and then whites to catch your highlights. Now I'm not as hip on all you painter lingo. So glaze is like just watered down paint, right? I know that I'm pretty hip on the whole um, using oil paints for. See, I'm not into the whole dipping thing. I don't. I don't. I don't. I'm sure that it works good and blah blah blah. But the problem with dipping is there's no control. You're just you're just dipping it, you know. And I don't know. And I'm sure it's they wouldn't do it if it didn't work. But I like to have a little more control over painting. But I'm definitely digging the whole oil paint, enamels paint, whatever you want to use, um, oil based for your washes. I've watched a couple of videos on those, and I think some people that are out there doing them is kind of going overboard. I really, really, really like the way that the oil, this base stuff, is doing a wash. I plan on here in a week or two, one of the shows, and start painting on. I want to get my Templars finished. Because I've managed to clean out half the upstairs here again, and that's I'm setting it up specifically for a gaming area that's got cameras all the way around it. No, Tiger. It's still. This is actually the model that's supposed to be used for the photography, and since I didn't get it done last week, and then I didn't come up here and work on it this week at all yet, I'm going to get it done, and hopefully we can get our pictures tomorrow. Okay, that gets those end windows on. So yeah, I was going to say I don't for the oil washes that's looks pretty easy to make. And I thought about getting some of the powders, Tamiya and stuff, use that. But and I haven't broke this out yet, but I got some of this. This is Maybelline Night Sky, and a lot of the scale modeler guys are getting stuff just eye shadow or whatever it is, and using it for powder. So I haven't played with it yet, but Well, I went to Walmart and got. But I'm assuming that this will work. All right. Voila, we got powder. There we go. I got that to try out. I got me some sponges to try out Mr. Meredith's building technique. I got these sponges to play with. See how those go. And then yes, I've got the makeup brushes galore, which I've always used for dry brushing and stuff. So I got all different sizes. So I've been kind of having a painting bug again. So hey, it's all right. Late is cool. That makes you look like you're like the cool kid. Well, and I think that uh, um, the Vallejo powders and stuff are great, but they're awfully expensive for what you get. I know that there are at least 10 more, Chandler. Um, I'll see if I can't get the list and the color swatches for you. Um, they are sitting down at Reaper, waiting for them to get to them. Obviously, I'm not going to worry about messing with blacks and whites. Just your everyday colors. Those are already covered pretty well with Reaper. But I sent them a whole two sets or set of 12 for them to do. And they did the first two, the redo for the Terran Khaki and the Rock Red are versions of. And then there are 10 more, and these are all rock and Terran inspired colors. So we will probably end up doing those, and then I'll probably come back and do another 12 that are going to be for the Amethyl and kind of a mercenary set, and then that'll be it. So that'll make the full set 48 colors. Well, you know what? I've got a couple of paint racks designed that I'm going to release. Yeah, that they're ready to go. I just have to run them. But they're going to be a kind of a nice plywood, um, really nice grain. So if you want to go in and stain them or paint them, you can. Be a little fancier with them. I think I'm short a window. If I remember right, I dropped one stairs and I forgot to bring it. So if you see me leave one window off. In there. I caught a kind of a cool clip on YouTube today that just got put up. That was, that Wired magazine does that Google question thing where they hold up the board and have famous people go on there and they list uh, the most searched topics in relations to that particular person. And they had Andy Serkis and Tom Hardy on there answering them. Pretty funny. So both two guys that I think are really cool, and just listening to them talk to each other was pretty funny. I think it's kind of a promo for the Venom 2 movie. I think Andy Serkis did some motion capture for Carnage, I believe. But it was kind of nice that he got Tom Hardy to do. Of course, they're going on about voices and stuff. So, of course, Andy Serkis did a little bit of a Gollum and explained how it was based upon his cat coughing up fur balls. But he got Tom Hardy to do Bane from the Batman movie that he was in. Oh, that was such a great voice. All right, so that's the one I'm missing. I saw it laying on a table downstairs, and I meant to grab it, and I totally forgot. But I can leave one off. Blue one. Black in there. Eh. Can you tease us a little more about the virtual CAVCon? Yeah, it's going to be not nearly the blown out event that we did in March. So it's, like I said, it's more of a mini one. But it'll probably focus more on, I'll have, I think James is interested in coming up. So I think it'll be more of us having a game set up and play for a couple of days on the same game, and have some breaks where we can visit about some things. But it's going to be on hold until the beta of the rules update is out, because I want to make sure that's what we're playing. I'm sure we'll have some special con things, maybe not as elaborate as we did. And God is my witness, we will have minis by then. We are, dual cast is rolling over into October, and I apologize. I can't get into all the nuts and bolts out of it. It's just, there's just stuff out of my control that I'm trying to that I'm needing other people to do, and it's not working out like I need. But hang in there. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Well, the mastodons are high on the list, Chandler, so you're lucky there. That's one that's actually coming out like with 3 variants or something. I'm also working on I want to do an updated scimitar that we can do in dual cast, and yes, that's the one that I'm short that I was talking about, that I've got, that's downstairs. I'll get it later. But anyway, and I mean, it's not going to be a redesign of it. It's just going to be cleaned up a little bit. It's an older model. Pop the detail, thicken some things up on it, since it's not going to be in metal. But when we're ready to release that, it's going to come with 2 variants that I'm going to call the Saracen and the Saladin. I think those are 2 good names to go with that. And so hopefully that'll be a pack. You'll be able to build any of those 3 out of there. And I have not put up cards for those models yet. So you hear the name and you go, hey, I haven't seen those cards. Why? Well, good, James. Glad that you're painting scimitar. You should have. Yeah, no problems, Hugh. I get, I dropped one of the windows and it's laying down. I'll just put it on. Yeah, no, we'll get to the spike. Okay, so we'll do a little guessing game. We'll see who can get the closest. So we've got an order going out today. That's what I was working on right before we got up here, and it's got 1,283 CAV models in. Now there's probably 100 of those are probably metal infantry packs. But anybody want to take a guess on how 1,283 CAV miniatures weighs? Yeah, 1,283 times U. $375. Any other guesses? $130. 300. $45. Tiger's doing that. He thinks everybody's overbid, so he's going to underbid. He's the price is right. Actually, 105 pounds is what it ended up. So if this was the price is right, Hugh or Tiger Wraith would have won. He could be up here on the stage with me. I actually didn't expect it to weigh that much. I put them all in one box. I lifted it up and got it up on the scale, and when I saw that, I'm like, okay, gonna have to do a little reboxing here, where we may be over our limit. So, no, it's here in the U.S. Just a big retailer order. It's U.S. It's a U.S. We fulfill everything with EU out of Reaper in England. That's an existing one. They have multiple stores, so they order for all the stores at once. A lot of minis, though. No, no. Nope, not Reaper. Oh, need more glue. So what state has the most retailers doing CAV? Um, well, that's a tricky question because there's a lot of different um, uh, criteria there. Because we have states with more than one store that orders, but they don't order very much. Um, and then we have the online guys, and they tend to order a whole bunch when they order. I would say the biggest collection of stores that carry CAV would be like in Illinois and Indiana, that area. Plus, we a lot of stuff goes to stores. Um, yeah, hence why Origins and Gen Con is there. Uh, that order through Reaper that we don't know who they are. So there's a lot more retailers out there with product that I have no idea who they are. It's all that on there except that one window, and then we got some doors that need to go on there. Cut those out right the quick. Well, I was hoping it didn't have a 50s look. I think once they're painted up, I think it'll really be much better. When they're all one color, it tends to be. How hard to make a hexagonal building? It's not a matter of you can make any shape that you want. It's the fact that you trying to get corners to match up. So if you can't do a 90 or get two edges close enough together to make a line, then you get that gap. Your trade.talongames link. Where did you where it's It's not trade.talon games. It's Talon. Yeah, it's talon-games.com/trade. But there's individual links. So that's our retailer area there, Chandler. Where's the link that where did you get that from? That may be just an old listing. On the retailer's link. On the retailer's link page, it says visit trade.talon. Chandler, where is that link at? Where are you actually seeing that link at? Because I don't even know where that's coming from. I don't know. I don't know where that is from. From the main menu on the store, go to retailers. You must have an old version. Because if I click on it, it goes to the retail support page and has that link that I gave you a minute ago. On the main menu on the store, go to retailers under rack. Retailer rack deal. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. It's just the link there on the rack deal. If you actually just hit the retailer or retail support, it takes you to the right page. So I'll fix that link. It's just a bad link on that page. Because that used to be the old page before the way the store was done different. But I will fix that. Thank you for catching that. Uh-oh, it's 9 o'clock. Well, at least it looks like I got the building together. So I'll be able to see if I can take my pictures. Blue all over. Excuse me. Oh, here comes the sneezes. Well, I'm going to get started on the painted one. I've got it primered. I got to go back and watch. Thank you, Hugh. And watch James's building painting stream from the couple of weeks ago to see how he painted his building. See if I can replicate the technique. All right. Oh, I guess I do need to glue on my flower beds here. All right. Got it all lined up there. All right. Other than my missing window, it's all together. But like I said, I've got the primered one. So I'll work on it. I'll get it painted up. But this is the one I need for the web picture because it needs to be a unpainted one. But it's done. Yay. Okay. Well, folks, it is 9 o'clock. It is time for me to bid you adieu. Head off to that crazy spot in the sky. Happy trails to you until we meet again. For the role players out there, I have been playing with with the role playing stuff again. Kind of been my when I lay down for the night, something to work on for a little bit. Haven't forgot that. So anyway, well, folks, have a good night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. As always, hang in there. We're slowly but surely chipping away at the stuff we're supposed to get done. So thanks a lot and be safe, be careful. Bye-bye.